Hi, hello, I hope everybody has been doing well. Today we will be going through all the dramas that I completed in 2024 and talking about the worst to best ones. Okay, side note, the fact that 2024 is ending seems surreal to me.
Nani?
Before we get started, here are some stats. I have completed 29 dramas and dropped 23. I have a completion rate of only 55. That's crazy. I've spent 374 hours watching dramas and I have an average rating of 6.5. I have 5 categories. The worst one is called Nope, and what it means is I absolutely hated this drama. If I could go back, I would never watch it, and I would not recommend this for anybody. The second category is Ew. Like, I guess it's watchable, but there are a lot of parts that I didn't enjoy. And then we have the category, which is it's mediocre. It's meh, it's watchable. Some people might like it, but it just wasn't for me. Then we have the category, which is I absolutely enjoyed it. However, it is not extremely memorable, or it's not something that I feel like is really unique, or it didn't have a highlighting point to me. And then the last one is oh my gosh. Like, this is my all-time favorite. I will not shut up about this, so don't mention this in front of me. And my rating system is based on pure vibes only. So as you can see, it's very, very objective. The female lead saves the male lead, and because of this, she earns the reputation of being evil because the male lead is the Demon King's son. And then she ends up dying, and she believes that it was the male lead who harmed her. Therefore, when she comes back to life as a spirit, she tries to get revenge. But eventually they sort out the misunderstanding and they realize it was somebody else that wanted her dead. And now the two of them work together to seek revenge and justice. There is so much going on, and a lot of it isn't shown on camera. And those that are shown on camera is like the most boring parts of the story. It's almost as if they purposely chose the most boring parts of the story to keep. A compelling and coherent script, amazing visuals, and good pacing is everything this drama is not. There was terrible costumes, editing, there was plot issues, and literally everything else. Like, I find it so hard to find one redeemable quality about this drama. They literally reused the same scene once at the beginning of the drama and once at the end of the drama, and they just dubbed over it. But it was weird because at the beginning it was supposed to be like a cute scene between the male lead and the female lead, but then at the end it was supposed to be the two were twins or siblings, and that's just so weird. There's also an image. You cannot tell me it doesn't look like I did something to it, because what is this green screen quality? What are we doing? Next we have Because of You, which I rated a 1.5 out of 10 stars. It's a Taiwan drama that is about 3 sons of wealthy businessmen. These 3 sons all have different mothers and are competing for their father's inheritance. The main source of conflict, so to speak, because there really isn't that much conflict in this drama. Not a whole lot is happening. It's just all 3 brothers having BL romance lines. But the main conflict is that somebody new appears. It threatens the 3 sons' inheritance. The only note I could say about this drama is logic out the window. That's it. If that's what you're looking for, great, you found it. Yay! Next on our list is A Tale of Love and Loyalty, which I also rated 1.5 out of 10 stars. So this is about a female lead who is married to the emperor, and she calls out to the prince of Nanchuan for help against a rebel army. He saves her, but the emperor gets jealous and meets the prince with suspicion because the empress and the prince had some past history. Only 2 things I got out of this drama is the OST was really good. I especially like Day and Night, and I love Richard Lee. Also rated a 1.5 out of 10 stars. It is a sequel that talks about their love-hate relationship after a misunderstanding that happens back in season 1. In my opinion, it's absolutely unnecessary. The misunderstanding was unnecessary. This whole entire season was unnecessary. Like, we could have just ended it. It was absolutely unnecessary. Along the same realm of problems is Find You in the Crowd Season 2, which I also rated the same rating, and it is also a BL film slash drama. It takes a supernatural route where the main character lost his memories and often dreams about his past life. The problem I have with this is that rather than expanding upon the themes that was constructed in part 1, which I'll discuss more about these later, but in part 1 it was exploring like his denial for his sexuality, and those are important topics and topics that I don't always see discussed within Chinese media. So why did we choose a whole nother route? Why did we not stick with that? I don't know. And it is very confusingly edited. A lot of the plot points are extremely li-pu. I just think this is such wasted potential. Okay, now for our next one, we skipped straight through the U category, and now we are in the category. 5 out of 10 stars. It is Xianzun Whitewashed Today. It's a writer from the modern day that gets trapped into a Xixia world where he takes the role of Xianzun, who was destined to end up being captured by Tu Ye for revenge, so he was killed for revenge. The writer tries to prevent the story from happening, so for me, I didn't like it as much as I hoped it would. It had a lot of gaps, the ending was open. I know there's a second season, but it left zero impression on me, so I'm not interested in checking out the second season. And then we have Night of Love with You, 6.5 out of 10 stars. Here, the second female lead of the manga world accidentally switches roles with the female lead due to an error. She begins to fall in love with the second male lead, but the second male lead is destined to kill her. I absolutely love the beginning episodes. It was so fun to see them interact, but then afterwards it went downhill from there. At first, the ridiculousness was part of the fun, and the drama could get away with it. It was self-aware, it made fun of itself, and I liked that. However, as it progressively got more and more li-pu, ridiculous, I just found it really hard to follow. I found it really hard to care for the characters that just don't feel like twists and turns, because at the end of the day, you could predict what happens afterwards. It felt really unnecessary, and it's rare that I go, oh, this mini-series, this short-length series should have been shorter. And here, our first one is Produce Camp 2019. This is a 7 out of 10. And it's an idol survival show that selects 11 of the best contestants for a boy group. I don't know what's been going on with me. At this point, it might be a me problem, but after my first survival show, Idol Producer, none of the other shows hit the same. And I don't think it's because Idol Producer did something better than everybody else, because they follow the same outline. And I think that's the problem. They follow the same outline. There's the same typecast, almost caricatures that different people fit into to make themselves more marketable. But watching all these different survival shows, they all just blend together, and they all start to feel monotone and the same. Next one we have is Yos. I think it's pronounced Periplus, but I don't know. Periplous is not a word in the English language. What are we doing? 青春环游记 takes the audience to explore beautiful scenery, regional foods, and the local history across China when the cast participates in fun little games. What I didn't like is that a lot of the games were repetitive and were reused over and over again. Every episode is the same 2 games being rotated, and it makes it boring unless the cast is super super funny. It's setting itself up for failure. drama we have on the list is also a 7 out of 10, and it's called A Romance of a Little Forest. And boy, I have a lot to say about this drama. So firstly, I'll give you a summary. Fashion blogger Yu Meiren relies on makeup to maintain her appearance. Botany professor Zhuan Yu is devoted and indifferent to any otherworldly desires. Yu Meiren wants to get revenge on Zhuan Yu, who had previously rejected her in high school for being shallow. Her plan for this is to capture his heart purely by her beauty. So she purposely hides the fact that she graduated from college and has a PhD, so that when he falls in love with her, it's purely because of her looks. Love story goes from school campus to the countryside, and they both unexpectedly fall in love with each other. It's cotton candy and marshmallows with extra honey syrup. It's just way too long, way too sweet. Like, the chemistry was fire. I absolutely loved Dan Bingbing and Yu Shu-sing together, but anything that you get too much of becomes kind of nauseating. So I feel like there should have been something other than just a romance, like a more substantial plot. The other thing is, I actually dropped this and then I picked it back up as part of a challenge, and I actually like it. Like, I enjoy the scenes with Yu Shu-sing and Dan Bingbing, but there is just so much screen time for the second couple, and I don't get it. Why is there so much screen time? The second male lead gives me the ick because he literally stalks a girl, forces her to work with him by accusing her of certain things and then putting her in debt, and then pretends to be crippled for this to work because he's like, oh, I'm crippled, so I need a secretary to push me around. But he could have done that without the crippled part. Like, he could have just been like, I need somebody to give me my files and get me coffee in the morning and whatever, and that's okay. Why did you have to pretend to be crippled? So the other thing about this drama is I like the themes that it was trying to convey about the female lead. Like, she was self-conscious about her looks. She thought that she had to wear makeup to look pretty. I wish it was talked about more. Like, I wish we took a deeper dive into it, but it wasn't consistently shown throughout the show. So then when it was mentioned, it felt more like an afterthought, and I feel like that's such a pity. So Floating Youth revolves around a group of teenage ice hockey players who dream of going professional. Chen Te is an impulsive teenager who acts rashly and often finds himself in conflict between like the importance of hockey and his family for him. Sun Jojo is a person with a colder appearance. He was forced to go to an American hockey team by his parents. His parents are like super strict, wants to control everything. He eventually comes back to China. The two meet together again with all their old team, and there is both positive and negative emotions. I really like one thing that this drama does that I feel like not enough cdramas do. One thing I did like about this drama is it did show a little bit of depression, like how stress and all these other factors can play a big role in your mental health. I feel like this drama could have benefited, again, from being shorter. Like, so many of these dramas can benefit from being shorter because when you drag something out, it lessens the importance and significance of that very something. First, the summary. Chen Jinnian has a crush on Sun Lucen and chases after him, but Sun Lucen finds it hard to face his true feelings. As I've previously stated, I think this had so much potential. I feel like the themes should have been explored a lot more. We have Go Ahead, 7 out of 10. This is about 3 youths who are each from dysfunctional households, and they find comfort in each other and they form a chosen family. Lin Xiao, He Ziqiu, and Li Jianjian grow up together, they support each other, but then after high school, the 2 older brothers return to their biological families due to complicated reasons, and they don't meet each other again until 9 years later. So they reunite. People change. Relationship dynamics have also changed, so they have to like rediscover each other, and in some ways they're rediscovering themselves. And I think it would have benefited from being shorter again. It would have benefited from being shorter. I actually really enjoyed this a lot of the scenes made me want to cry, so extra points there. You always like a drama that makes you cry. But the romance aspect, I'm not sure how to feel about that, because the Chinese title is 以家人之名, like it's about a chosen family. We're really close, not because we have a relationship, not because of any of that, but just simply because we choose to be close with each other, because we enjoy each other's company. And I feel like if you put a relationship in between that, it took away from the theme. All the neighbors would always be asking them like, oh, are you guys dating? Is that why you guys are so close? But I will say that it's not as bad as I thought. The chemistry between Han Soo-yoon and Song Wei-ro is just like so good. The next one is Love Ever After, and this is another one that I wish was longer. The other one is Find You in the Crowd, and it kind of makes sense because they were both by the same director. It wasn't too impactful for me because it felt as if some parts of the story was missing, and therefore I was missing context. The summary is, Si was once feared by men as a bloodthirsty demoness, killing hundreds. But Si's blood slave, Li Ying, stabbed her and imprisoned her in ice. Now, 200 years later, Si is free from her prison, but has no knowledge of who she is. She is still plagued by rage when she uses her powers, and she finds her way into the care of a seemingly familiar Hua Yutang who promises she can heal her. For what it was really good. I love how it was filmed. The only thing is, I feel like the 2 to 3 minute duration makes it really unsatisfying because you have to click off and on to another episode every 2 or 3 minutes. But that's my only complaint really. I think the ending part, like the last fourth or third of the drama, was weaker, but the beginning was really good. I love the middle, like the middle had me absolutely hooked, and the filming is so pretty. Soo-tang looked gorgeous. Another variety show. I feel like this year has really been a variety show year. Wonderland Season 2, 8 out of 10 stars for me, and it's a social experiment reality show about interacting with new people and making friends. With 15 celebrity guests from ranging personalities, they are living together for 21 days, from the first awkward interactions to a family-like environment. First few episodes made me so uncomfortable because of Song Dan. There's a Chinese saying, 倚老卖老, and what it means is you're making yourself superior because of your age, because you're older. And I feel like that's what Song Dan basically does. Basically force people to do certain things that they might not have been comfortable with, and she asks personal questions, and I think this could just be part of her personality. Like, I've had friends who have personalities where they don't necessarily know like what you should or shouldn't say at a certain time, but she like asks personal questions when they literally just met for the first time. I think everything else was great though. Wang He and Wenzi were really funny. Everybody had unique personalities. The chemistry was great. I also liked how there was people from a variety of different professions. Like, yes, they are celebrities, but one of them is a boy group member. Some of them are actors. Some of them are comedians. One of them was a pianist. Another one is a Olympic athlete. Like, there's a whole variety, and it makes for very interesting conversations, and I think it adds a lot more value to the show. Okay, the next one we have is 青春环游记 Season 2, 8 out of 10 stars. It's the same synopsis as previously, but there is a different cast, obviously. Ooh, that rhymed. While the same criticism that I had previously with Season 3 still exists, I like this season better because of the funny cast. Most of the people here are known for being funny and known for making variety shows interesting. For example, Jia Ling, Sa Yi, Fan Chengchen, all of those are well known for their ability to save variety shows. Zhou Shuyi sees Gao Shide as his biggest competitor. With him around, Sui was always second, ranging from class rank to swim competitions. However, to Gao Shide, being number one was the only way to get Zhou Shuyi's attention. On the first episode to be a little bit on the cringy side, and it's hard to get into, but after that, I really enjoyed this drama. It had me hooked, but then at the end, oh my god, that car crash of an ending. Dou Zhao and Su Mo have had many regrets, and due to the schemes of others, they get murdered and die together. They get a second chance at life, Dou Zhao with the knowledge of the past life, and Su Mo without. In this lifetime, they navigate the political turmoil, uncover secrets, and support each other through life's challenges. They work hard together to prevent the same outcome as the previous life, but it seems almost impossible. Both Li Yunrui and Meng Ziyi's acting were absolutely amazing. Xia Ziguan's acting was actually a little bit weak, and that's disappointing because I loved him in another drama, which I will discuss later. The cinematography was perfect. There was well-constructed characters, like even the villains felt alive, and sometimes their crimes seemed even understandable. A lot of characters had redemption arcs, or you could see how different decisions can lead them down different paths. So overall, 8 out of 10 stars. Next is Love Game in Eastern Fantasy, which I also rated an 8 out of 10. I feel like I'm not very diverse with my ratings this year. I don't know why. Mischievous girl Li Miao accidentally enters the newest novel of her favorite author and becomes a villainous supporting character. To return to the real world, she must complete the system's absurd task, win over the mysterious and twisted Musa, and defeat the big boss. The team of 5 develop friendships and romantic feelings and work together to rewrite the fated ending and save the world. I'm telling you, this drama had me at a chokehold. Like, I was actively waiting for it to be released every single day. I was like, oh my god, when is the newest episode gonna come out? When is it gonna come out? I need to watch it right now. That was especially the case in the beginning episodes, but then afterwards, I feel like the ending is weaker. I didn't necessarily lose interest, but it wasn't as interesting or addicting as it was in the beginning. And I think the slow burn could have been slower because Musa is somebody who like doesn't feel feelings for people like that. So I feel like they could have taken it a little bit slower. And this might be an unpopular opinion. I haven't heard like a whole lot of people talk about this, but I find the side characters, Liu Fuyi and Mu Yao, like I even forget her name, but yeah, Mu Yao, I find both of them really boring, bland, and one-dimensional. I'm not saying they're like shallow characters, I just think they're really tasteless. Next we have The Double, which I rated an 8 out of 10. Xue Fanfei, the daughter of the magistrate, loses everything after her family was accused of corruption, and she was accused of cheating on her husband. She gets buried alive by her husband, but luckily is saved by Zhenli, the abandoned daughter of an important official. After the death of Zhenli, Xue Fanfei takes on her identity to return to the capital and help both of them get revenge on those who have wronged them. Duke Xiaohun helps her, and together they achieve their goals, fight injustices, and get revenge. The chemistry of this drama was amazing, the slow burn was on point. The revenge story was very gripping, the acting was amazing. Wu Jiyan is so good in these type of roles, and Wan Xinyu, oh my gosh, he really made me his fan. So we have Keep Writing Season 12, which I rated an 8.5 out of 10. It's a variety show where contestants compete in different games that require both intelligence and physical strength. Throughout, they also learn about Chinese history. This season to me was a lot better than previous seasons. I can't really put my finger on why, but I really liked this season. I binged through most of it. Danjoy really captured my heart and everyone was really funny. Next we have Obsessed with Heart, which is also an 8.5 out of 10. It follows 3 separate stories that explore themes about individuality, family, and friendship. This absolutely exceeded my expectations. All the relationships really tugged on my heartstrings and I felt so I felt so much emotion while watching this. The mysteries were compelling. I had many theories. I feel like it has great rewatch value. The only shortcoming I could say is immature acting, mostly because this is a promotional film for the boy group TNT, so it makes sense that they're young and they're not actually professional actors, so it makes sense that the acting isn't the most polished. I love the unique cinematography with the gray representing the grimness, but also like the gray in all the characters' hearts, because every single character was flawed. None of them were perfect. None of them were like infinitely good or infinitely bad. All of them were morally gray, and that's how I like my characters, so I ate this up. The acting was on point. It perfectly conveyed the conflict of each character. It was full of twists and turns. I was captivated. I would recommend this to everybody who thinks they would enjoy something like this, or even if you don't, because this isn't something that I would usually watch. I still loved it, so I say give it a try. This is the only thing here that I actually rewatched. So I watched it once in like May, I believe, and then I watched it again in like October. So if you can't tell by now, I fell into a rabbit hole this year and it's called TNT. I watched Obsessed with Heart, I watched this one, A Little Romance, and I also really liked their song, Building Outside the Building, Low I Low. A very cute short film with some hints of BL, and to me it's just the perfect length. Come on, it's only 14 minutes. What could you possibly lose if you don't enjoy it? Lin Jusi finds him inexplicably inside a virtual reality game where he must pass through 12 doors to escape. Each door indicates new mysteries to solve and conditions to abide by. If one dies in the doors, they will also die in real life. Luckily, Nonanju, a seasoned door passer, helps Lin Jusi through his doors. But Nonanju seems to have a few secrets of his own. I'm going to preface this by saying this drama has flaws. It definitely has flaws. It has a lot of flaws. Firstly, the first and last episode were weak. There was a lot of unanswered questions. And Lin Jusi's actor was so bad. I'm so sorry, but he just cannot convey emotions the way it is needed, especially in climatic scenes. However, with all of that being said, all the characters were so dear to me. I loved every single one of them, and apart from Lin Jusi's actor, everybody else did amazing. The twins were played by the same person, and he did a fabulous job highlighting the differences in physique between the older brother and the younger brother. Shazuguan was my obsession for a very long time after this. Through his eyes, you could see the love and longing, and that's what I loved about his acting here. And the plot had me at the edge of the seat the entire time. It was so good, the middle was so good. The doors got progressively more interesting as it went on, and each one brings you new surprises, which I really enjoyed. I'm a little bit sad that there's not more 9-stars or 10-star dramas this year, but I really hope that I will have a better watching experience next year and hopefully drop less dramas. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.